Can the Palestinian Authority be saved? And if
Saved?
not, yeah, saved. It seems like right now the Palestinian Authority is what Israel wants to negotiate with the most. They've invested the Oslo Accords into it. It's like the only concrete mapped out entity where there's been some territory, some governance. You've got your Area A, Area B, right? They've got that, but the Palestinians don't like it, don't trust it, but it's also their only representation. Can the PA be saved at all?
I'm going to surprise you. I'm actually very much a strong voice against the PA. And against the PA because the PA is supporting terrorism, and further than they are corrupted, and further than that, they will not allow any freedom of speech to their own people. And I want to be very obvious. Even if the people are against my country, they still have the right to say it. So, in order for us to think about saving the Palestinian Authority first needs to say, okay, I'm stop funding the terrorism, because until today, part of the budget of the Palestinian Authority goes to the families and the terrorists who are in prison. Part of that budget goes to them. And in fact, they have some sort of a price line. If you're an Israeli Arab who committed terrorism, you get even more money from the Palestinian Authority, by the way. This is something that they admitted.
Yeah, the Martyr Fund, yeah.
Exactly. And beside that, they're corrupt. I mean, look at their leaders. They have so much money and what their people don't have. So I think that the Palestinians need a new leadership.
When you say a new leadership,
Yes.
do you mean new leaders within the Palestinian
Yes, of
Authority,
course, of course.
or the Palestinian Authority destroyed and something else replacing them?
You can have the same infrastructures,
Okay.
but different people who are
Okay.
actually willing, one, to promote peace, second, not to be corrupted, and third, not to support terrorism. We need that. Now, here's the surprise. It's not going to happen in the near future. What I believe in my vision, is that actually the Arabs from Israel are the ones who will help the Palestinian Authority and the Palestinians to have a better leadership. Today, the way we are, we're actually giving a free pass to the Palestinians, to our leaders. I'm telling you about Aida Musliman, Ahmed Tibi, even Mansour Abbas, Ayman Odeh, all the Arab leaders in the parliament. They're giving them a free pass. I want to see from the Arab society in Israel leaders that will come and challenge the Palestinian Authority. Now, every time someone from the Jewish community does that, they will go to the ticket of racism. So I want to challenge them myself. And I want others from the Arab community who are related to the voice and the message that I'm spreading to challenge them as well. Certainly, I mean, Hamas is a last case. I mean, this is a terrorist organization that we need to eliminate. That terrorist organization killed our people as well. I mean, when I say our people, Israelis, both Jews and Arabs. And that's how I look at the thing. So in terms of new leadership, definitely we need a new leadership. I really believe in my vision that the Arab Israelis in the future will have a bigger role in Israel and in the territory at all.
Kind of a personal question. So I heard you speaking with Nassif, and then you bring up the Arab Israelis now. Can you talk a little bit about what it's like to be an Arab Israeli? Because I feel like when I look at Israel, on the Jewish side, it feels like Jews live in there's two different types of trains of thought of the Arab Israelis are a part of us, and I think they can be part of Israel in the future. And then this other train of thought that gets strengthened after every October 7th, after every border riot, after every 2014, 2008, every war, that Arabs are just fundamentally incompatible with society. They're never to be trusted. They're always waiting for the next Huduya or whatever, the backstabbing, right?
Yeah.
If you're an Arab Israeli, you have your loyalties ethnically, historically, to the Arab world, to the Palestinians, but you live now in a country where you're doing better than you would be. What is that like? Yeah.
Why?
Why what?
Why? Because I'm an Arab, I have a sort of a thing or strength to any Arab country in the world or any Arab in the world. First of all, the wars between Arabs and Arabs were the worst in the history of this region. Syrian president killing his own people, butchering 500,000 of them. ISIS doing the same thing. The Iraqi-Kuwait war. The Saudi Arabia, UAE, Yemen war. Why? Because I'm an Arab, I have to have my faith or my trust in anyone who is an Arab? This is actually something that belittling me because, oh, well, I'm an Arab, then I have to stand with the Arab, not to the right side of the history? Why?
I understand what you're saying there on a factual level, but emotionally, I mean, the counterpart to the Arabs in Israel are the Jews who, if you're a Jewish person whose family has lived forever in Europe and then moved to New York, you have to make aliyah to come back to Israel because you're Jewish, right? So it seems like the history is very important for both people.
If you go to Gaza, El Masri family, what is El Masri family?
Probably
from Egypt.
Some other, yeah.
So I always hear them saying, let everybody go back from where originally they are. There will be nobody here. Because if you go 9 or 10 decades ago, generations, my grandfather told me that we are somewhere from Halab. But for generation after generation after generation, we are from Izjish, then Haifa, and then Nazareth. I'm talking about years and years and years and years, way before anybody thought about the Palestinian-Israeli conflict.
So I understand the logic side here, but then
the emotional
why do you
side you're talking about.
For the Arab Israelis that live here, for the Arabs we've spoken to, there feels like there is an allegiance still. Why? Why do you think?
Well, first of all, this is exactly brings me back to our politicians. This is their mission. Their mission is to keep that. And how they keep that? Maintaining that separation between the Arab community and the Jewish community. That's why they're scared of me. That's why they cannot, they hate me. There's a level of hate against me. Because then I'm proving to them that not all the Jews are racist and not all the Arabs are terrorists from each side, from extremist side. That's why I'm being attacked by all those communities from each side. Now, the question is, so why I continue when they attack me? I continue because I'm getting support from both communities, Arabs and Jews in Israel. From the Jewish society, out loud, on the open. From the Arab society, some are out loud, the majority are in my messages, whether it's on WhatsApp, Instagram, Facebook, or on the street when I walk and they come and tell me that.
For the Arabs that are messaging you privately, and Nassif has said as much, that when we talk to people for the Arab side, they don't want to speak publicly. Do you think that's mainly because they're afraid of the PA, of their own families, of their communities?
Well, again, in the Arab Israelis, I'm not afraid of the PA. The PA is not a problem.
Okay.
We were not part of them. They don't control us. But we are afraid from the extremists within our society. Okay? My mom broke her hand in one of the attacks on me. Just so we can understand the level of the intensity from those extremists. And it was actually in Dubai on an airplane going back to Israel. Just before departure, and a family from my society, they recognized me. And they're extremists. So they attack me. And the second I hold the phone to film them, they attacked me physically. And because of that, there was a commotion between my family and their families. At the end of that, my mom broke her hand. She was with a broken hand for about 4 months. Because of my activity. That's what the extremists do. Now imagine, and I'm a known figure here in Israel. Now imagine the news. Joseph Haddad moms broke her hand after extremists attacking them. Everyone from the Arab society who is actually with me will go silent. Because they know that what they're capable of. So this is something that I'm working hard on bringing it to the level where we're not the one who should be ashamed that we want to be part of this country and we want to live here and we want to work for our society. We're not the one who should be ashamed. It's them who should be ashamed. Now, anybody else would have quit. It's not easy. I have attacks on me many times. I have attacks on my family, on my friends. But the reason why I'm not stopping is because I'm getting that support messages from my community and from the Jewish community. And every time I upload any story like this on the social media, I can see how people are reacting to it. Many of them saying, finally, we are seeing stories that you won't see in other social media pages or in the news. So here's the thing. When you focus only on the bad things, you will only see what's bad in this place. When you also focus on the good things, you balance it. Now, I'm not a naive person. I'm not saying that I want to, blind my eyes on the bad things just to show the good things and that's it. No, I want to show the full picture. Because I believe if I show the full picture, then the good things will be even stronger. And then by that, we will beat the bad things and we will fix them, but together. This is what other political figures here in Israel from the Arab society are trying to actually do the opposite. Again, based on the fact that that will actually weaken our society in order for them to maintain under control. So I guess what I'm trying to say is that I'm continuing with my work because I see that my work is doing a huge difference in the society of Israel. And I promise you, if you walk with me here in Tel Aviv or in any other country, or sorry, in any other city, for a 200-meter walk, we will get stopped at least 10 to 15 times. People will say good word, people will hug, people will have a selfie. From the Jewish community. I mean, based on what they tell you, it's not possible. Now, do I only say that Israel is perfect? Here, I'm telling you right now, no, Israel is not perfect. And racism exists, and we will fight racism, and discrimination exists, like in any other country. We will fight it together. Together.
Do you think that there's anything that Jewish citizens or that Jewish politicians could be doing to help integrate Arab and Israeli communities more?
Absolutely. You know, this is actually a very good question because I want to make sure for everyone to understand. My criticism is towards the state of Israel and our political leaders from the Arab society. There's a sentence that says, it takes two to tango.
Yeah.
Okay? Now, of course, you have a responsibility as a state and as a politician from also the Jewish society to work for the entire citizens of Israel. That's why I would say to the Arab leaders as well, you have a responsibility to work not just for the Arab Israelis, but for the entire state of Israel and the entire citizens of Israel, Jews as well. That's how you bridge gaps and that's how you make our society better. So of course I have criticism. One of the things that I criticized many political parties, I said, look, we are having today trouble of creating an alternative. We are working on it. Eventually it will happen, and today it's even going easier and better. But how come not even one single political party in the Jewish political parties haven't talked to the Arab society, haven't approached the Arab society, haven't took someone to be in the top 5 or top 10? And there are Arab Israelis that are willing to represent the state, the Arab community and the state of Israel in those political parties. So I criticize many times the Likud party. I criticize many times for instance, Benny Gantz party. I mean, Benny Gantz is like a puzzle party. You put all the people. You couldn't find one Arab Israelis to put it in your political party. Yesh Atid as well. You know, I'll tell you even further than that. Just to give that criticism, so people knows the full picture. The Likud party, they recruited an Arab Muslim, a very, very, very good person. His name is Nail Zorbi, a Muslim principal in a school of Tamra. But they put him in place 37. 37. I mean, what do you expect from the Arab Arab society to think when you bring an Arab Muslim for the first time and you put it in your party, but on 37, when all your polls are showing that you're getting 25 to 30 maximum, okay? And after that, when you start your campaign in Arabic, you're not even giving it to the Arab candidate to talk about it, but you yourself or anybody else from the party, from the Jewish society, are doing the Arabic campaign. So, of course, there are criticism. But on the other hand, I will also go back to that place of the hypocrisy of the political leaders. Because I would say, what if it was the opposite? And I'm not justifying it, by the way, because I believe that if we want to be better, I don't want to be or to think what they would be. I just want to present their level of hypocrisy. Because if it was opposite, and let's say, and I'm keep bringing Ahmed Tibi because he is the most senior and...
I think we're talking to him in 2 or 3 days, so yeah.
I'll tell you, don't mention my name because the atmosphere will completely change. He tries as much as possible not to confront me. We had a TV show debate. The second he saw me, I'm telling you, like, you know, they zoomed out channel 12 and he just ran away. He couldn't, you know, stay. And any other political party, any other political figure. But just to circle back, the reason why I'm again bringing Ahmed Tibi as an example, because Ahmed Tibi is the most senior one. He's been in the Knesset over 20 years, done nothing. By the way, he has one of the biggest offices in the parliament. Apartheid, yeah, again. You know, I'm just thinking, what if Ahmed Tibi was the prime minister? And let's say, let's take Benjamin Netanyahu was Ahmed Tibi and Ahmed Tibi was Benjamin Netanyahu. What do you think Ahmed Tibi would have done to Benjamin Netanyahu if he was in control? Let me tell you this. In the good scenario, you will see Bibi in prison. In the bad scenario, you will not see him anymore. Now, where are the evidence to that? Look around you. Look to any Arab country in the region. By the way, according to Freedom House, okay, which categorize every country based if they're free or not, Israel is the only country in the Middle East that categorized as a free country in the Middle East. The next in line is Lebanon.
No.
And Lebanon is controlled by a terrorist organization.
Half of it, but yeah. I know what you mean.
Look,
if I could ask a question.
They're even controlled in politics. Once you
Sure,
are in
yeah.
politics,
It's over, yeah. If I could ask a question to Ahmed Tibi that you'd like to see him answer, curious, what would you think? I'm probably not going to tell him it comes from you, but just because I have the chance to talk to him, what is something that you really want to see him provide an answer to?
give me one thing that you did that took the Arab society forward.
Okay. Okay.
Okay? Now, when he gives you the answer, because he's a politician, and he will give you, but you will see that, and he will probably say, it's very hard because of Israel. Now, here's a sentence for you. When the Arab-Israelis succeed, it's despite of Israel. When they fail, it's because of Israel.
Yeah.
So let me tell you about our success. We are 20% of the population, but we are 30% of the doctors in Israel, the Arabs. 50% of the pharmacists, Arabs. You have judges in the Supreme Court, such as Khalid Kapoor. Before that, Salim Gibran. By the way, Salim Gibran was one of the judges that sent to prison a Jewish prime minister and a Jewish president, Moshe Katsav and Ehud Olmert. Both committed crimes. So let me put it in this way. An Arab judge put in prison a Jewish prime minister of the state of Israel and a Jewish president of the state of Israel. Again, I'm circling back to the apartheid myth, and way before people telling me, Yusuf, we're not talking about the apartheid in the Arabs who are living in Israel. We're speaking about the West Bank and in Gaza. By the way, it's nonsense. According to Amnesty International, in the last report in 2022, they categorized Israel as an apartheid state from the river to the sea, including me. Okay? So they're actually saying that I, as an Arab, live in an apartheid state. And I'm telling you that the fact that they are doing this, they are harming us, then they're helping us. Because when you mention something that does not exist, which means this problem does not exist, how can you fix a problem that does not exist? We want to fix the problems that exist here. 50% of solving the problem is pointing at the problem. But if you point on a problem that does not exist, how can we solve it? These are my criticisms towards our leaders who keep talking the same thing but doing nothing. And if it was opposite, they will start crying, or they will do exactly what they don't want anybody else to do to them. So that's why I find it hypocritical from any Arab leaders to do like this. Work for us. We come first. And I believe that when we strengthen our partnership with the Jews here, both Arabs and Jewish Israelis, I can tell you we can help the Palestinians as well. And we can actually start talking about solving the conflict here.
Yusuf Khadan, thank you so much. I appreciate the conversation.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, good luck.